Please, come in. Take a seat. Welcome, I suppose, is the first order of business. I'm Catina, the Coven Leader of the Vampire Alliance of our town here. You may call me Catina or Cat. What is your name? I do have it on record, but I prefer to start these interviews a little less rigidly. Well, it's nice to meet you, officially. I know you're probably wondering why you've been here so long without a formal introduction to me or without meeting with the VIS. Vampire Investigative Services. They're the branch specifically trained in handling vampire cases. But that is not your concern for the moment. The reason it took so long was that I was gathering all the records on you, as you have no doubt already suspected. Yes, well, you caused quite a stir upon leaving your former home and ended up causing another one when you entered our area. That is yet to be decided. I think that it is not as simple as letting you walk out on your own, unfortunately. There's a lot we need to cover for the particulars surrounding that event to clear your name. However, I am optimistic that we can clear your name and you will be free to return there, stay here, or go wherever you so choose. I'm glad that I could help cheer you up a bit in that regard. And today, mainly, I wanted to discuss your lack of knowledge. It appears that your maker did not properly show you the ropes for the rules. Well, I'm glad you have the basic rules down. There is a lot more to being a vampire than just not eating people and staying out of the sunlight, however. It matters a lot more if you plan to exist in the world as more than a shell of yourself. And as well for staying out of trouble, which I might add you are already in, and as such a little lesson, while seeming a bit useless and like it doesn't matter to you, could do a lot in your favor. I thought you might see it my way. So let's start with a few more of the basics. Consider this as your Vampire 101 course. We certainly won't cover everything, but we can cover the three main subjects. They are often referred to as the 3 B's in textbooks: blood, bonds, and boundaries. Yes, well, I didn't come up with it. I do believe it was developed to appeal to the newer generational teaching methods. But no matter, we'll start with blood. Yes, not eating people is advisable. I'm glad you have that so well trained. But there are other considerations for you to think about. What kind of blood? Where will you get the blood in an ethical way that isn't eating people, as you've so well noticed? If you align with the Coven, you will have access to their supply and a wider variety of blood types to choose from. There are individual suppliers, of course, where you could stock up as you travel between towns, or you could try your luck blood bar hopping, though I wouldn't recommend that, as there are some stretches where there are simply no bars that host blood options. That's why we're doing this, after all, so you can know your options. Bonds are a complicated subject. There are bonds between you and your maker, between you and the other vampires of your maker, between you and your coven, if you choose one, and all the people in that, between you and the other vampires outside of the ones I've already listed, and in general, bonding between you and mortal lifespan beings and immortal lifespan beings. It is a lot. Just as our connections in life, our afterlife connections are as well. I'll have some selections of readings brought to your room or reserved in the library for you, so you can look. But the main thing I want to bring up here is that while you may not feel different in a general sense, you are different. And as you progress through time, things will change while you will remain. You can always change inside, but we both know that wasn't what I meant. I don't mean to bring this up in an attempt to barricade you from others or something else as stupid. We need connections. I merely think it's best to start preparing these conversations from the start so you don't get blindsided by it all. I'm speaking of bonds in a spiritual sense, but this section does also cover etiquette. Curtsying and bowing have gone out of fashion, though I'm sure you could still do so if you wish. I think we'll save the rules and regulations for another time. The last area is boundaries. This, again, has an etiquette and a spiritual side. I'll leave the etiquette for our professional staff, and I would rather focus your attention on the boundaries you have with yourself for the time being. How often do you think about your transformation, the life you left behind? You don't need to answer me, honest or otherwise, but I think it's worth asking yourself those questions. Take it from someone who knows. It is hard to live a peaceful existence if you are at war with yourself. I won't try to smooth things over and say transforming into an immortal undead being is easy, but you can make it easier. That is all I ask. Just think about it and feel whatever you need to feel. And feel free as well to reach out to me or anyone else. I am never too busy to listen. Besides, we have almost all the time in the world now. My apologies. I didn't mean to make it sound ominous. Is there anything you would like to ask me? Yes, Gigi is my roommate, along with a couple others. We share a house, though I have a room here. You will be given official rooms here and placed under watch for your probation period. After such a time and you have passed all of our requirements, you may choose if you would like to continue living down here or move to some other space such as myself. Of course, once you've gotten a bit farther in your lessons, You'll be free to wander about town until your case is settled. I doubt it will take too long. Your lessons, however, well, that one depends on you, I'm afraid. I'm sure you'll do fine. Oh, it looks as though our time is up for now. I do hope that I didn't overwhelm you too badly. We'll meet again next week at the latest, but don't hesitate to ask for me earlier if you should need me. I have time between meetings to speak with you. And you as well.